The goal of the Unfiltered Collective is to empower people to live their most unfiltered, unapologetic, unadulterated, abundant lives by helping them to heal and harness the power of words through storytelling, affirmation, art, and community. We want to rehabilitate and reinvigorate our relationship with words and the power of one's story. We believe in order to become our best selves, we must undo the lies we've been conditioned to believe. This is the worthy work that informs our practice. Living Unfiltered is an affirmation-based collective with emphasis on Black women and women of color that utilizes workshops, events, resources, faith, and words to empower us to live our most unfiltered lives. We also equip women leaders with professional and personal development, platforms, and leadership opportunities. Living Unfiltered is a movement that culminates every calendar year in a 31-day intensive. In our third year, our community has grown nationally and globally. And this week, we are hosting our first Unfiltered retreat in Jasper, Georgia. All this organically evolved from a social media challenge. We started by unfiltering our photos and ended up unfiltering our lives. Today, we are inviting you to participate in the movement.
Hey, y'all. So when I think about living unfiltered, I immediately go back to the very first Unfiltered December, which was, if I'm not mistaken, 2022, 2021, 2020. So December 2020 was the first Unfiltered December. And at that point, I had been so used to filtering my photos that I realized that I actually did not like the way that I looked without a filter. And Unfiltered December pushed me out of that comfort zone and started my journey to self-acceptance. It was the catalyst for this way that I'm showing up in the world now. And it started off as Unfiltered December and grew to Living Unfiltered, and then now is growing to the Unfiltered Collective. And I really could not say that I would view myself how I do not if it were not for Unfiltered December. It was an amazing, not haphazard, but very oh, we're gonna do this thing one time, that really pushed me. And I'm so excited and so grateful to be a part of this collective, and to be one of the first to kind of reap the benefits and bear the good fruit of starting to do the work. But yeah, it's been great over here. I love it. I can't wait to see where it goes next. Bye.
Hey, I'm Takesha. My unfiltered story is a little different because I had not partaken in the challenges prior to coming into Unfiltered. But man, the impact that it has had on me already after just being in the community for a little while and being at one of the events. One, I'm in a community, which is different for me because I've been isolated for a very long time. But within this community, I have been educated on honestly how to operate as a healthy adult and not operate from places of lacking from identity or broken places. I'm heard, I'm celebrated, I am shared and connected to other healthy adults who want to win at life and actually break cycles of the past. So I've been impacted very positively. I've been loved, I've been celebrated, and I've been surrounded by people who want to operate in the truth and operate as their best self. I've actually experienced that here because at Unfiltered, the work gets done, right? We don't just talk, action is taken in this community. And it's amazing. And it's just the beginning. So, I've been greatly impacted. I'll say that.
Hey everyone. My name is Allison, and Unfiltered December is a blessing to my life. When I came into Unfiltered December, I was a woman who was just coming into her giftings, and I did not know how to use them, where I would find community for them. And growing up in the church and having the stigmatism of women actually leading in ministry had been something that had really impacted my life in a negative manner. And Unfiltered December helped to change that. I was able to grow in my gifts. I was able to use my gifts and not be overused or burnt out. When I say that Gabrielle Gibson is a life sent to the kingdom, she is an apostolic leader of leaders who will teach you to tear down what has already been built to rebuild something that is greater for her. My life has been transformed, and it is all because of her labor and her love that has been given to me by Unfiltered. And now we are able to lead other women to be unauthentically themselves and to show them that there are women out there standing in the gap who can do just what we need to do and still be ourselves. So if you ever had any question about what Unfiltered does, just know I am a byproduct of it. I am a living, breathing byproduct of what happens when you give women the proper tools for the proper task and how it can flow and be great.
Hi, I wanted to talk to you about Unfiltered and how it has impacted my life. When I first joined Unfiltered, I thought I was just joining a community that was just affirming women, and I realized that it was so much more. I realized that it was an opportunity to grow, that it is an opportunity to be your best self. It is an opportunity to understand how valuable you are and what you add to this world. When I first joined, I was super excited, and I was getting to work, and I was doing the things, and then my brother passed away. And I know that if it wasn't for Unfiltered, my life wouldn't have been the way that it turned out. I had community, I had friendship, I had affirmations that were speaking over me in one of the hardest times of my life. I was being uplifted, I was being encouraged, and I was being affirmed. Once I started getting back into the rhythm of things and I started putting up affirmations to affirm the other women, each affirmation was speaking to me. Every single time I put up an affirmation, it is exactly what I need. And it is encouraging the other women, seeing how they comment, seeing how they respond, seeing what they post and sharing a testimony about how they've made it through, how they've come over. It's all because of Unfiltered. It's all because of the work that has been done. It's all because of what we offer and what we share with these women. And I'm so inspired and so encouraged to see what they have to say, to see my growth, and to know the major impact that this ministry has, that Living Unfiltered has. And so I hope that as you review all this work, that you see that Unfiltered is amazing and that it can do great things.